Hi guys, and welcome back to the fastest half hour or 45 minutes on YouTube. I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is Beyond the Ranch weekly roundup on our Wyoming Life. I still don't know what the hell we're doing here.
It's all right.
I'm trying to figure it out. Just bear with me here, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't so far. You might be surprised to learn, and I harp on this occasionally, but 60% of people that watch our videos do not subscribe to the videos.
I mean, that's like the YouTube standard, but
it shouldn't
why don't you guys subscribe?
we should be the unstandard. I don't think that's a word. We should be the exception to the rule on YouTube because it's just really dumb luck that we're here to start with. So I mean, in fact, a person that basically works for YouTube as a YouTube advisor told me that we would never hit 10,000 subscribers. And we did. Here we are. All right, guys. Some cool people here hanging out. I've been watching the corral as it takes place, as it morphs into what it's becoming on Beyond the Ranch. Because there was a lot when we were doing the live streams on our Wyoming Life. The chat room was a little bit quieter. It was more moderators talking to moderators. They all they're all pretty friendly and know each other and hang out on the weekends and drink beer with each other and whatever else they do. So, but now I love it because there's a lot more interaction going on. We only have 2,700 subscribers on Beyond the Ranch, and I think that these are the 2,700 we want. We're going to cut off membership, and you guys are in the cool club. So, no, it's cool because I do enjoy watching people get to know each other, and you see the same people a lot, but you always see those new people, and you can jump in there and say, "Always in blue." I haven't seen you in a while. Amanda B, hi there, how are you? Tyler's back. Tyler Stetson, best last name ever, by the way. Some cool people here that we see every once in a while. We don't see them a lot, but I think that changing to Sunday night might have something to do with that. Moving over from Thursday, even though it confuses the heck out of me. And I never know what day it is anymore.
I kind of forget. I don't know.
I told her this morning, I said, we have live stream tonight. And she, oh, man.
Like 4 o'clock, we're like, oh, we have live stream tonight.
Well, we have stuff going on in real life, too. I did not have a video this morning. That's kind of a rare thing. I did post on I don't know how many people really check the community page.
Yeah, you have to go to your subscriptions. Like if you're watching on mobile, you have to go to your subscriptions.
I'm glad you know how all this works.
Yeah, your subscriptions feed on your mobile device, and then you can see the community tab. If you do on desktop, then you actually have to go to our channel. And I mean, there's a subscriptions tab also, or you go to our channel and you go to community tab, but you posted a little time lapse of the calves.
I did, and I have that probably on this computer. I could probably pull it up, but you can go there, watch a little time lapse of the calves because we sorted off the calves from the cows this week. We got that done, and I did it on Facebook. I put it on Facebook as well. So if you didn't see it on the community page, you might have saw it on Facebook.
You did?
Yeah, the same thing about not posting a video this morning because I was tired, man. I had all the footage. I came up to edit at like 8 or 9 o'clock last night, and I sat in front of the computer and I just kind of went, I don't really want to do this tonight.
Yeah, it was a long day yesterday. So I remember we brought the cows all the way home from summer pasture, and they were way back on summer pasture.
Not all of them. Some of them did come up.
Yeah, some of them did come up.
So about half of them still needed a little bit of help. We didn't really get any horrible weather. That's usually what drives them home because they go, oh my gosh, it's raining. I'm going to get wet. I'm so delicate, and they'll come running home.
Yeah.
But they do, really, I'm not kidding. But yeah, we didn't really get any harsh weather, so they just were happy as clams hanging out down there about 6 miles away. And
there's a lot of grass still down there, so they need to go back.
They probably will go back. So, yeah. So that was what day was that?
Yesterday.
That was yesterday that we did all that? Oh my, yeah, it was yesterday because I didn't do a video. See, I'm for some reason I was still thinking it was Thursday. No. So I was thinking, why did we do that on Wednesday and why was I going to post a Sunday video on Thursday morning? No. Really confused. Anyway, let's take some questions here and see if I can figure out where I'm at. JB Weld asked if the community postings push a reminder out. I don't know if they do or not.
You could try and turn, if you go to your bell notification and turn it to all, it might, but I don't know.
I honestly have no idea. The community thing is kind of weird. When we got it, we were all like, ooh, we have the community page. And then we said, now what do we do with this darn thing? And every once in a while I'll put something on there.
Yeah, basically like we don't have a video today.
Yeah, or we'll post stuff on there occasionally. So,
if you literally look through it, it's all just we won't have a video today. Won't have a video today.
It happens. We're allowed. I think actually I texted Matt last night, who's one of our moderators, and thank you to our moderator for being here. I think I texted Matt last night and I said I don't think I'm going to do a video. I think I'm going to go to bed. And he said there's nothing in your contract that says you have to have a video out Sunday morning.
I told you the same thing too. It's like just and you could have always worked on it today and posted it later tonight and stuff too. But
I kind of feel like though if I miss it, I'm just moving on to the next one because otherwise then I'm playing catch up. So if I just move right along. So that's how it seems to work for me.
The kids had parent-teacher conferences, so we had a 4-day weekend, so that kind of
did screw
everything up and stuff. But kind of like the last day of their little break. So, and Kenzie's sick, so we just kind of had a pretty chill family day.
Yeah,
they've destroyed the house.
They have.
All the children.
They have. It has been a super fun day. I was going to try to find that video that I posted, and I don't know where I put it. Bear with me 1 second. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves, do whatever you need to do. There we go. I'm going to drag this into here, maybe.
See, this isn't the too many monitors is a problem.
This is not a problem. Bear with me, guys. Sorry about this. But I wanted to, anybody...
Why is it called calves growing?
You'll see why it's called that. Thank you for... so anyway, that really threw me off.
Sometimes the way you title things doesn't make sense.
So the video, if you didn't see it on the community page, we'll play it for you here in a second. Basically, it's a time lapse of the sorting corral where the calves get pushed into after we sort them off the cows. So I'm going to play that really quick just for anybody who did happen to miss it. The format's wrong because, stuff. So there you go. That's I don't know if that one had music behind it or whatnot. There's the jackalope. He's hiding over on the side. I'm gonna poke your eye out with this thing though.
What do you do with it?
I don't know. Just hold it like
you do with my kale sign.
That went over there. All right.
Probably still has fleas.
Probably does still have fleas. We'll let him hang out in the middle here.
We should have brought a cat up.
Yeah, we do have cats galore around here. We're gonna get into that in just a minute. But we did manage to get all the calves sorted off. They are now in their own little corral, and they have access, well, not access to their moms, but they're along a fence line where moms can come up and say hi, but they don't really care, honestly.
They broke one out today.
They managed to break one out. The smallest one in there, which really didn't bother me too much because it's so tiny.
It wasn't born at branding, no tag, no branding.
No.
So he probably can go nurse for a few more weeks and it'll be okay.
We'll sort him off. But they really aren't that noisy.
Yeah, we've got a lot of questions about like how noisy it is and stuff. Like, it is noisy. Today the wind was really blowing and pushing the sound away from us, which was nice.
That's one nice thing about Wyoming, I guess.
I don't know that it's any. I thought it would be louder. I mean, we've kept back we've kept back years 25, 30 heifers, and then kept our feeder steers and stuff. So I mean, we've kept upwards of 40 back at a time some years. And those years were always loud. But I don't know that last night was any worse than like any other year. And I thought it would be with all the calves and all the cows. And it got dark, so we didn't get to push the cows all the way out.
And actually, I think it might be better, and we've heard about this in the past, this fence weaning deal where, the cows can be up against one side of the fence, the calves can be on the other side. And a lot of people talk about how that can be...
like low-stress weaning.
Yeah, low-stress weaning or something like that. So... they should. I mean, honestly, they'll most of them will be weaned off within just a couple weeks, probably. In fact, I put a bale of hay in there for them last night. One of the big round bales, 1,400 pounds. They ate it. It's gone now.
Well, they eat grass.
Yeah.
And like there was a lot of cows because there were some home and there were some gone. There were some still down, and like there was definitely like they were separated. Like 39, you said came running when we were like in the
she was like way behind us, and all of a sudden she comes running up. She's like, wait for me.
And her
It's pretty funny.
We had her calf with us and stuff, so it's, you know, they don't spend, the kids are downstairs with Grammy, and they usually go to Grammy's house. I can hear them yelling. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, they're already partially weaned. Like there was lots of like, you know, I want to stop and get a drink on the way home. But they're not nursing much naturally at this point anyhow. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are, you know, we've talked to friends of ours on Facebook or whatever, and one of the comments that I loved, somebody said, you know, that they were weaning, and somebody who just happened to be driving by stopped and said, and like really got kind of, I don't know if they got angry or what, but they said, are you torturing your calves or your cows? And the guy said, yeah, we are. We're weaning right now. So it's like a forced weaning torture kind of device. But honestly, they really do seem okay. And I had a camera set up on the fence line, and Bambi would come to the fence, and she would stand at the fence. Her calf Batman did not come over, and I don't know if I can say that without getting dinged.
We're not monetized.
Yeah, we're not monetized, so that's okay. You know, he didn't come anywhere near the fence. No. I could see him. He was kind of off to the side, but he was just like, there's my mom. Never leaves me alone. I want to have my own life. See you later. So, and the cows are, I think that at this time of year, it's almost like thankfully they're gone. They're off of me, you know.
I think they would probably naturally nurse more for the next couple of months and stuff, but at the same time, like they have done this from the time that they've had calves. We've taken them away in the fall, so like when the weather gets cooler, like they knew yesterday what
we were doing.
Yeah, what we were doing. So.
Yeah, they definitely had a good idea of what was going on. So yeah, Cecil, the cows I think they're happy. I think they're happier.
Somebody did ask how long until we get super chats back. We're about halfway through the 4,000 hour watch time.
Yeah, but it's not an instant thing. When you hit 4,000, it's not like instant, because I'll tell you why. When we get 100 subscribers, right, which we did the first day, we are supposed to be able to get our customized channel
name
URL, which basically, so if you wanted to watch Beyond the Ranch, you would go to YouTube/C/Beyond the Ranch. That's how our Wyoming Life is set up. We still don't have that. We still have gobbledygook CY !394692 or whatever it is.
We have to apply for monetization. They're going to review the channel.
So we can't even apply until we get 4,000 hours of watch time.
And we're about, after tonight's live stream, we should be about halfway.
Right.
So we're getting there.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
April Keller, living the dream in the jail. I didn't know they gave you guys YouTube in jail. Haha. Easy asked if the open gates worked for about half the cows. The other half didn't really want to do it. Have you guys thought about using the member feature on YouTube? That, I believe,
it's like,
that's mostly for gaming channels, if I remember right. I remember reading about it. I don't know
if we have it on Owl.
We don't have access to it on Owl. It's more for like gaming channels, I think, is what it's open up to right now. And that's basically where you can pay $5 a month or something like that, and you get like extra features, or you get videos before they come out.
It's kind of like a lot of channels do it almost like the same way that Patreon is structured, where like different. Well, Health Farms Work has it, or they did. I don't know. We probably have to apply to do it.
Probably. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, and we don't.
You pay $5 a month, and you're supposed to get exclusive content or early content. Okay, so Sunday morning you could have the video at 4 a.m. instead of 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they do special live streams, some of them do, and stuff. So
yeah, and we can do that. You can do that on Patreon as well. I mean, you can go, if you sign, and Patreon is like $1 a month is the low end of it. We're getting ready to launch some new stuff on Patreon. It'll be kind of cool, where you can get like discounts on the website and that kind of stuff. But with Patreon has a I can't remember what it's called now, but it's almost like a Snapchat type thing that I play around with, and I'm able to take pictures, and I think they're pictures and video, and they stay on Patreon for like 24 hours or something like that.
We're blurry.
Oh, we're blurry because of him?
No. This table's dirty over here.
So.
I lost his glasses.
So anyway, we can do that kind of thing. I can't remember what that's called.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but. Yeah, so we can do that kind of stuff on Patreon. We just can't do it on YouTube.
It's cool to offer you guys all that stuff, but it's just more like it is like one more thing that's like, oh gosh, we have to do this, and especially like if you guys are paying for it, then like we obviously need to put up
Right, like
more
right now,
content.
there's a deal on Patreon. If you bid or support us for $20, you get a free T-shirt. Right, I'm like a month and a half behind on sending out T-shirts.
Yeah.
In fact, we're actually changing it to where if you do $20, you get a free coupon code for a T-shirt, and you can just go pick any T-shirt you want on the website and have it sent to you. Pick your size, boom, boom, boom,
and
it's
$20.
Yeah, and it's sent to you.
I'm
And
trying to make things a little easier.
yeah, and that'll be a lot easier. Yeah, there we go. Lens, that's what it's called. So yeah, I mean that kind of stuff is good. It's also, you know, it's more. Everything is more work on our end, so it is what it is. You know, you can only work Matt so hard until he gets cranky and needs a break. So, not that we make him work that hard.
Lloyd said that was jackalope abuse.
It could have been.
I didn't drop him, just his sunglasses.
Those are actually Grace's sunglasses, so that's Grace's abuse, I guess. Yeah.
Just give him a go.
All right.
What year's the international?
1966, I think.
60 something.
Yeah, it's a 606, and I really don't. I've never looked up the actual number on it, but it was only manufactured for a certain number of years. So, and it's one of the early ones. So there you go.
It's a good little tractor.
It is. I like it.
I want a potato digger for that.
Oh my gosh! Did you guys watch that potato digger thing? And I kind of feel bad because I haven't heard. So BCS, who obviously makes the two-wheel tractor that we have.
They don't make the Spedo.
No, that's made. Or it's actually Spado. I got corrected. It's Spado, but. We, obviously BCS rerouted that thing because I'm starting to get a sore throat too. BCS rerouted that thing from wherever it was going. It was actually a returned product somebody had bought. It was going back to the factory. They rerouted it to us so that we could try it out. And yeah, we beat the crap out of some spuds with it, man.
Yeah, I'm not digging carrots with it.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, you can do garlic with it. You can do onions. You can do carrots.
It's a root crop digger.
Right. It's fine as long as it's not cutting stuff in half. So anyway, I haven't heard back from BCS yet, so they might be a little cranky with me. I don't know.
That they are. I mean, like, we said we'd test it and see. Like, obviously, I should have hilled the potatoes.
And I had like weights on the tractor, which probably would have made a difference. Yeah.
But honestly, like, I think our first attempt at it is probably what most people's first attempt would be. Like, we could make the situation better.
You know what? And a lot of times, farming and ranching and stuff like that is that.
Yeah. I think also
how to make stuff work for you.
The red potatoes, it was wider than the potato digger too, and so because I had two rows that were really close together, and so I think that's why it was slicing in half. So if I'd made raised beds, which I could have done with the BCS with the what's that thing that throws the dirt?
Oh, the rotary plow?
Yes. If I made raised beds in the spring with a rotary plow and I continued to hill my plants as they grow, I think this Spado would work really well.
Spado.
I think our soil conditions are great for it because we have sandy loam, so we have really loose soil. So I think our soil was not the issue. If anything, our soil was too loose and you couldn't get
traction,
grip on the soil. But yeah, weights on it. Yeah, I mean, I think we could have made it work.
I should have just had you sit on it or something.
Oh God, what if I'd fallen off? What if I'd fallen off? You would have ran over me.
Yeah, I mean, the point of the thing is it worked to a point.
To a point.
Right.
Yeah, and it was faster.
Definitely faster.
Yeah, to dig all those by hand would have taken me all day. So definitely faster. So and the waste is not waste. I'll feed it to the pigs and stuff. And we had some frost damaged potatoes. There was a lot of potatoes that were still intact, but they were slightly exposed, and we'd gotten some really cold temperatures, so they were squishy on one side, just where they had popped up out of the soil.
Right.
What's going on over there?
I don't know.
So some of the ones that you saw us throwing away, they were frost damaged, so no fault to the whatever the thing is called.
Spado.
But
they do make different. I went and looked at their website. The one that they make for the BCS is just, they make them for all the way up through, big tractors.
Yeah.
They actually have a really cool one that has like a conveyor belt on it, like you would see, like I saw when I was in Indiana when they're out there harvesting spuds, and it just kicks them off to the side.
I mean, the hard thing is like the one inconvenience about any potato digger is like you still have to go pick them up. So like they're out of the dirt and stuff, but like you still have to go pick them up. And the kids helped for about 3 minutes.
How many potatoes did we end up getting? We got about 100 pounds or so, 150 pounds maybe.
Yeah.
So not a ton, but.
No, I should have had more.
And we could probably go through there again.
Yeah, I think there is
and more. Actually get more, Kyle. I mean, it would be probably good for us to go through.
If I don't go through and do a little bit more digging, I predict I'm going to have lots of potatoes next year.
That's the bad part. We went through, and I didn't realize this. Erin pointed this out, but we went through. We cut a bunch of potatoes in half, which means we went and made seed potatoes. Yeah. So unless we figure out how to clean those out of the soil, we're going to have potatoes everywhere. Or you'll have potatoes back where you had potatoes before.
Yeah, and I rotate my potatoes because of disease.
No.
You rotate potatoes.
Well, you did not do that because now you went and made a bunch of seed potatoes.
No, I'm gonna have to go clean.
Will they live through the winter? Will they?
If the ones on the top of the soil probably won't, but if there's ones underneath, yeah. I always have a few volunteer potato plants every year that I pull up. So.
My throat is getting scratchy.
Stop it.
I'm sorry, it is. Kenzie has a sore throat.
Lincoln has a cough.
Yeah, so.
William, I grow Yukons, and I grew 2 different types of reds, a Norland and a Pontiac.
Okay.
They both did good. All 3 did good.
I did get an email from the Armchair. This is funny. I got an Armchair Rancher-esque email. So we have a webcam that points outside of the ranch. I'm just going to show you here really quick. It's dark out. Actually, you can't hear me. Okay, there we go. So you can see a little bit of snow coming by here and there, but I mean, it's dark out, right?
Yeah.
So I got an email this morning, I think it was, asking if there's a possibility we could put some lights out so that you could see the webcam at night. So you could actually see what's going on in the pasture.
It's on our house.
We could put some floodlights out there. That would be a great big help.
Literally on our house.
It would be a lot of fun.
And wherever everybody will get feeling better just in time for the next kid to get sick.
Yeah, exactly. JB Wells asks if there's any areas of Wyoming where farming can be done without irrigation. Wyoming's weird about irrigation. If you can irrigate out of a river, that kind of thing, you're good to go. There's some farming down south, I think. You get closer to Colorado, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, like where we get our hay out of Torrington, there's.
But that's irrigated land.
That's irrigated.
Yeah, see.
The other side.
I'm thinking down by like Cheyenne. You could ask William Dunn would know. There's probably some farming east of Cheyenne, I'm guessing, as you get closer to Nebraska.
Yeah, but that's irrigated out of the Platte.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe it is.
Warland has, but they all have irrigation. So I mean, you either have irrigation or your dry land. I don't really know.
And you don't see a lot of dry land farming around here.
What do you even grow? It's just, I mean, besides grass. What do you grow dry land?
We know a few people that have done like wheat and stuff like that.
Southeast Wyoming does a lot of dry land farming. What do they raise? Sugar beets.
No, sugar beets more by Warland.
I need to get out more. Gabriel, we have to cull the cows before they can get sold, so we're going to have to preg check.
After preg checking.
Here shortly. Wheat and oats.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we'll be preg checking first couple weeks, at some point in there in November. We're trying to get that lined out and get that figured out. So, yeah. All right. You want to talk about your new cat that you have downstairs? No.
Sure.
No.
Well, we have 2.
Well, we have a barn cat.
The black and white cat, Kittler, that shows up often in videos.
Right, she's the one with the little Hitler mustache. That's why we call her Kittler, by the way. I made a video one time, and I think I said her name in the video. I was like, "Move, Kittler," or something like that. And somebody actually in the comments was like, "Did you just call that cat Hitler?" And I was like, "No, it was Kittler with a K." But she does have the little mustache thing going on.
She does.
So,
she has a little.
And she is like. She rules the barn, honestly, and now she's decided she can come in the house, and you guys aren't stopping her.
Well, I feel bad for her. I saw her.
There's 900 cats out there you don't feel sorry for.
Well, I feel bad.
What makes her so special?
Well, okay, because she's really good with the kids.
She drools like a Saint Bernard, and she had a brother who was Lucky.
But also came in the house.
Lucky came in the house, and Lucky ended up getting hit on the highway, and that's how we ended up with Cheddar, who's our other cat. But both Lucky and Kittler, brother and sister, drool like Saint Bernards. I've never seen a cat that drools so much. Has anybody else seen a cat that drools? Because I have never seen a cat just drooling like crazy. But it wasn't so Lucky. You're right. That's my joke too, by the way.
Well, and now Kittler started staying across the road in the barn, which I dislike that she's doing that. So I want to get her to like move back to this side of the road. And all winter.
So you're bribing her by giving her a condo in the sky kind of thing?
So all winter long.
Moving on up.
Usually in the winter she just
to the sky.
She just stays in the shop, in the heated shop, and doesn't ever leave. Well, she's decided, I don't know why she doesn't stay in the shop. But so today it's all wet and snowing, and I see her running across. She was headed for the barn. I'm like, kill her! She comes in. But she's really good with the kids. And so for like the last couple of years, it probably started like last fall, like after the kids would get out of school, like she comes to our yard. It's like she knows.
By the way, this is internet gold if you talk about cats.
Yeah.
We have pictures of cats coming up too, so we're just going to go viral and go crazy.
Yeah, so she comes over and hangs out like in our front yard and waits for the kids to come home, and Grace and Lincoln and Kenzie go out and they play with her and they drag her around, and she's just like the best kid cat, like super tolerant. I pick her up and she's like, ah! She doesn't bite or scratch or anything, but Grace puts her over her shoulder, bounces her around, and so Grace wants her to come in the house, and I don't know, JB Weld, what do you tell a slow tomato?
It's on the next line. He didn't even wait a minute for the punchline. You know, every time I sing or do anything, somebody tells me not to quit my day job. At one point, my day job was singing, badly enough. Sadly enough.
Day job.
Well, it was a night job actually, but yeah, it was a night job during the day because I slept during the day and then worked at night.
So Kittler comes, she visits the house. Yeah, we're like a boarding house. She comes in, she takes a nap. She says this carpet's amazing. It's warm. She eats the food.
Giant pain.
And then we found you.
I found another little kitten.
You found an abandoned.
I found an abandoned
I've already
kitten.
rehomed 2 kittens, like
this year,
last weekend.
Right.
I rehomed 2.
So I always used to give Gilbert crap because I would say, Gilbert, are you a cow rancher or are you a cat farmer?
Cat farmer.
Cat rancher, because cats would follow him around. Apparently, I am slowly turning into Gilbert because now I've got Mr. Sarah who follows me around, and then there's that black cat with the kitten out in the barn right now.
Yeah, then we had to clean the eyes out.
Yeah,
today.
and then I heard, so it was when we had some hunters here, actually, I heard this cat, like, yowling, right? This kitten. And I went and found the cat, and it was in a nest of cats. Like, literally a nest of baby kittens. And they were all dead, except for this one cat.
Yeah, so
this one kitten.
I think we had a really cold spring, so I found 2 other kittens that had been abandoned like the week before, and I nursed them back to health, and they're at a friend's house now. But
Chinese buffet. No. Yeah.
So we had a really cold spring, and so I think we had a lot of late batches of kittens. Like, these kittens are tiny; they're like 5 weeks old, and so I think it got cold, and it got cold really fast. And we've had like abnormally cold weather, and I feel like moms abandon them, like. It's cold. They were ready to wean them.
And then they left them.
And they left them. And normally it's warmer than it is. And so, yeah, we're finding kittens. We do try and spay and neuter, Sean. It's just hard with barn cats. And
you have to catch them, first of all. A lot of them aren't very tame. So you have to catch them in a box trap. They go to town where they get gassed, actually. And we're trying to get a vet that will show us, we can show doing this.
And we need to do another...
We need to do another round of it.
Like, Kittler's fixed. We've done we did a bunch, but like it's time again. It's been a few years. It's time to do another round of catch and neuter.
We always call it the great cat roundup.
Yeah.
We just start catching cats every day. We just take cats to town. There's a special clinic in town where you can take them.
Certain days of the week.
Certain days of the week. They gas. They actually take the cage, put it in a thing, gas them, knock them out, and then they spay or neuter them, put them back in the cage, and then you bring them back, and that's pretty much it. So. But anyway, now we have a new this cat that I found in the nest of dead kittens, the last living dead kitten, and I brought it in the house.
Feisty little thing.
And this cat doesn't even have a name.
Maybe Kitty. Took great pictures.
I did. Hold on, let me just. Okay, so what is this cat's name?
I mean, I call him Baby Kitty. I think the kids call it Explorer or something, because he really does.
Something. It's so hard to take a picture of this dang
of Grace
cat.
and the cat.
Yeah. You can see Kenzie sitting in the background. She's like, "What are you doing?" And then there's about the clearest one that I got of that kitten. It is Grace. We call our cat whisperer a lot of times. She's the one that can communicate with these kittens, and she's the one that ends up, it obviously does not like having its picture taken. Obviously.
Well, it's just a very busy. We've been letting it out, it's in the bathroom at nighttime because he's tiny, and I will lose him. And he's got, his wet food in his litter box, and I give him kitty formula, and but he's been coming out to play more now that he's not so fragile.
I think the kids learned their lesson on calling cats lucky too. By the way, yeah.
But yeah, we definitely need to. Do a catch and neuter and release. How many box traps can we get?
Well, we have 3 or 4 of them, so we can catch them. We can catch them.
Who did we do? Kittler and who else?
Lucky, but then he got smushed.
Was it just those 2?
And no, there was a couple other ones. I think I took Fuzzy in at one point. Did we take Fuzzy in ever?
No.
Yeah, we did.
No, her foot fell off and Gilbert wouldn't take her to the vet.
Oh yeah, her foot fell off. It didn't fall off, actually. It just kind of
stuck in the woven wire.
Yeah, it was a mess. That was a bad cat. So anyway, Erin, how's your mom doing with her knee replacement surgery? Hope she's doing better. Praying for speedy recovery. I had one done years ago. That's from George. Hi, George. How are you? George, I'm glad George made it to a live stream. Thank you for coming, dude.
She's doing good.
She had her first knee replacements, 10 years ago?
It was 2008, so
2008.
It was 11. It was the same year that we came back. She had both knees. She had one done before we came back, and then one done after we came back.
So now she's in for her 100,000-mile overhaul kind of thing.
A 10
and they go in and put in new ones. They take out the old ones, put in the new ones. And they just did the one. Are they going to do the other one?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not for a while. It's not. So hers had come loose, and that's why she was in a lot of pain.
Right.
She's doing good though. She's got one more week of physical therapy, and
she's driving now, thankfully.
Driving a little bit, yeah, and
that takes a lot of pressure off of you.
Yeah, I'm still driving her to physical therapy because she still has to take her pain med and stuff, but she's doing just a lot more Motrin and less pain med, and yeah, she's doing good. So.
Cool. We had some questions about the hat. This is a Stetson Skyline hat. Somebody asked if I get a new felt hat every year. I don't. I have this one up here. This is just my live stream hat. It actually sits in this bag when I'm not wearing it for live streams. If I ever wear it outside, Erin will kick my butt every way but Tuesday.
Wet and snowy.
I know, right?
They get ruined.
The felt hat that I'm wearing this winter, this is the second year, I think.
At least second.
Those felt hats, they're great, but all it really takes is them getting really wet one time.
You don't wear the hat condom either.
No, thank you for bringing that up. It just looks ridiculous, and I could make so many jokes about that. I'm not going to.
It's just essentially a shower.
This whole thing would turn into a PG-13 type deal.
It's essentially a shower cap.
It is a shower cap for your hat.
You do usually wear just a stocking, a beanie.
Right.
When you're feeding and it's really
winter. And it's really cold, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously you run outside and it's snowing and it gets wet, so it's a little curled up and
it does. It gets wet. Obviously, it has cardboard or whatever it has in it. So I did have one year that blew off my head, landed in the pond. I went out and got it, and I think I still wore that one for the entire.
Did you have to get the paddle boat out? How'd you get it?
I think I just I just kind of floated across, but we ended up. I think I ended up taking it into town, and then I had them try to reshape it at Boot Barn. Which, by the way, if you have a Boot Barn around, they will do that at Boot Barn. Take your hat in, and they'll reshape it.
They'll clean it, and most Western stores that sell hats, even if they don't do it, and they'll send it off to somewhere.
Right. I think David Butler was asking, how do you find a hat that fits? That's a good question. I just kind of make them fit eventually. I mean, they just kind of
buy them a little small. I mean, once you get your size, like that's.
Yeah, I usually buy them a little small, and then they kind of work in. You know, the bad part about a hat though is if you miss a haircut for a couple weeks, all of a sudden your hat doesn't fit. So I mean, you run into that, or you go get your haircut and then you go outside and your hat blows off because you have you can't hold it on there. You need a chin strap. So
yeah, they'll measure you too.
They will, yeah, but different hats are different shapes.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of.
Like a certain style.
I very much like the low profile. I have a round face, so if I had a big giant hat, I would look like Charlie Brown. So this is the hat that Stetson said I should wear. Obviously, because this is the hat they sent me. So
What's your other one?
Pretty close to this design too. Yeah.
There's no names in them.
No, but they do have names. This is called a Skyline hat.
I had to look it up.
My straw ones, I have no idea what they're called. They're called cheap straw hats. But the cheapest hat you can get from Stetson. But, yeah. Let's see. Linda Jarrett, how did you get the bull out of the pond? Pretty much exactly how we said we were going to. I did not take down the paddle boat, though. That did not work out. The hat condom. There's so many jokes. I could write a book about hat condom jokes, but we won't.
I could write a book about dirty hoe jokes.
Yeah, and dirty hoes are funny too. We're still trying to come. Speaking of which, I'm going to ask for your help with this really quick. We're trying to come up with a T-shirt design for the gardening side of things that we can put on the website. So if you have any ideas for that, we thought about during, what was the dirty hoe?
Yeah. I mean, all the dirty hoes.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a live stream that we went on and on and on with hoe jokes. And they're hilarious, but it's just, I mean, they're really funny. And I do think, obviously, for a certain audience, just like you have the bull shirt video and stuff, like, there's some people that would buy a hoe shirt. I wear the Cody Creelman sweatshirt in town, and I get a lot of looks about that one.
Right.
I feel like the hoe shirt would be the same way. I would wear it, but you've got the Jackalope Believe one, and obviously we have our logo shirts and stuff. But it's just
and the bull shirt.
Yeah, and it's just like I need something, and I just can't quite put my finger on it. So.
Yeah. If you have any ideas, just let us know.
Yeah.
In fact, the Jackalope Believe shirt was Mike Wilder's idea. He sent me a quick. He actually went through and made like a. What is that? Paintbrush? Like, remember paintbrush?
Paint.
Yeah.
Paint?
Well, I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, he made me a nice little mock-up and said, "Do this. This would be funny," and so I did it. So, yeah, hail to the kale. Oh, there we go. That darn kale. That's stuff you can't kill either.
No, it grows all year in the high tunnel.
You couldn't kill kale if you tried.
Dirty hose and condoms.
We have deer that get into the gardens and they get mad at the kale. I really just want to set up a camera that could run all night and show the deer. They get seriously.
They pull all the leaves
they get mad at it
and they
trample
it.
It's like evil. They know what they're doing.
It's like they eat it and they're like, this sucks. And they did it outside. They did it last fall in the high tunnel. Mm-hmm. They did it outside this fall to the kale that's out there. And then they got into the high tunnel this year too and did the same thing.
Yeah, they beat the crap out of it. They get mad at it.
The deer were here.
They're my deer. Those are my deer taking out the kale. Mike's deer. All right. Let's see. George asked, I love your shirt. Do you have hats? How can I purchase them? If you go to our website, ourwyominglife.com, and then click on shop, I think is what it is. There are shirts, there's hats, there's new hats coming. Actually, we still have the hats with the old logos, but we have, we'll break it down for you here. I'm picking up the rest of the jerky on Monday, so hopefully we'll have that.
The weather, we'll have to see.
It depends on weather. And then we have hats coming, nice embroidered hats with this logo on them.
Not full color.
No, it's not.
No,
okay.
They're navy blue hats with a white logo.
There you go.
You can't embroider all this gradient stuff. Like, I had a heck of a time with the gradient.
We also have new whiskey glasses, which are like these, except for they have this logo on there. This is the old one, which is unavailable. This is not available anymore. This one now, if you have this glass, this is now a collector's item.
Again.
No, but it doesn't have the same logo. Oh. So this one is now a collector's item.
Sure.
Because it has been discontinued.
The style went out, and then my procrastination. Oh, look, it was back in stock because we really liked. So that was part of the problem. Is like I they're like, this whiskey glass is not available anymore. And I was just like, I don't know which one to get. And then I checked, and it's like, it's back.
We also have shot glasses on the way.
Shot glass.
You
want to tell them?
You can tell them.
Yeah, it's got the color of this logo. Nice, convenient that you wore this tonight.
I know, right?
This logo on one side, and the other side says bull shot.
Yeah, it's not the bull shirt, it's the bull shot.
Matt Fensel thinks that we should come up with a creamy shot recipe to put in every package.
Or maybe just a free hat condom. Or a shot glass. I don't know. This is good.
So anyway. Matt's going to develop a recipe card for you guys.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, shots,
jerky's
whiskey
coming.
glasses, hats.
So, yep.
Yeah, and you can get phone cases on our store. You can get some art prints.
Well, and that is mostly Bambi. So we have, there's Bambi on a phone case. There's a print of Bambi that you can get that you can hang on your wall like a poster.
There's Bambi on a coffee mug. There's a windmill.
There's a windmill. You can get a windmill. There's some cool stuff out there. So and it's all available on our website, ourwyominglife.com. End of commercial. And during the commercial, nobody came and refilled my drink.
We're trying to beef up give you guys more options. Not that you have to buy it.
And the other thing too is that if you support us on Patreon, there is going to be an option coming up here if you support us on Patreon for a coupon that gets you like 10% off of the everything on the website. So that might be really cool too. Autographed beef jerky. It's really hard to sign that piece of meat.
It's really bumpy.
It's really bumpy and really I don't know if you can eat marker really. And if I autographed it, you just rip it in half. I did see somebody posted on Facebook, and we got tagged on it. Somebody was wearing an autographed Our Wyoming Life hat that they must have got at Ranch Roundup. Either that or maybe they request. If you buy stuff online and you request it to be signed, we can sign it. You've
signed a few things.
But anyway, he was somewhere. I can't remember where he was at. But anyway, we got tagged on this picture of this guy wearing a hat, and and the first thing I saw was your signature on the top of the hat, and I was like, "Oh, that's so weird."
That's weird.
You know, just to see
at Ranch Roundup,
that you're writing somewhere online.
At Ranch Roundup, we took a ton of pictures with everybody, and then somebody popped up in my suggested Facebook friends, and I was their profile picture.
You were their profile
both
picture?
Both of us, and and the person, but I was like, oh, that's weird.
Well, at least it wasn't just you.
Someone else's.
You're like, whoa, that's a little weird. No, that's cool. George asked George's back. George figured out the whole chat thing and everything. This is awesome. What are you all drinking? Erin's drinking, what are you drinking? Malibu and Diet, and my whiskey's gone. So I'm not drinking anything except for
ice water.
Ice water.
Feed the calves the kale. No, we're going to keep growing kale all winter.
Feed the calves kale.
Get it every week.
They might get mad at the kale too. We don't want mad calves. Apparently deer get really pissed off over kale.
You know what though? The pigs love it, and they love rainbow chard too.
Pigs really have no taste.
Well,
Pigs are not as sophisticated as a deer.
They don't eat turnips.
Pigs don't eat turnips?
Oh, they eat the greens. They won't eat the root.
Yeah, there's always that. All right, so we had some weird weather this morning. There was a little bit of talk about it in the corral beforehand, but I went out. I didn't have to make a video last night, so I actually got to bed at like a decent time. And then got up this morning, went out and did some work, and then it's snowing all of a sudden.
Well, we knew it was snowing. The forecast said it was going to snow.
Right. I didn't think it was going to snow that much, really.
I told you 4 inches.
Well, you know what? You say it's going to snow 4 inches. That's like a half an inch. Or, 16 inches.
So, like, the calves that,
really don't.
The calves that didn't get in yesterday, like, we had to get them in last night. Like, I was like, it's going to snow.
I don't trust weathermen. All right, so this is what we had. This is a short little video. We're actually going to post this on Facebook, too, once we're done here on the live stream, so you guys get a little bit of a sneak peek at it.
And Instagram.
And Instagram?
If you format it for all the why is everything a different size?
I don't know. That's why we throw stuff up, and then you see it cut off, and it's like, oh, they didn't have time to reformat that. Here we go.
Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans.
I love watching the chickens in the snow. I don't know what I can sit there and just sit in the Gator and just watch them freak out in the snow because they just and those two chickens honestly that were there. They got locked out. They weren't there for roll call, and they got locked out.
And there was one of the roosters was in the barn.
He was in the barn.
Yeah, so there's a few that are hanging out in the barn at night. I'm not getting as many eggs as I should be, considering we have spring chickens. Chickens. I'm looking for the giant nest of eggs. Like I saw them sitting in the tub corral that we use for branding for the calves.
Oh yeah.
And there was a bunch of them, and I saw them sitting underneath the fence. I could see there's a little gap there, and I was like, that's where they're all at, because there was a bunch of them that were hanging out there the other day when it was nice out.
No eggs?
No eggs. I can't find all the eggs, but I know those little jerks are laying eggs somewhere else.
It's like Easter around here. We go Easter egg hunting every single day.
I found a nest one time that was like this big, like over 100 eggs in it, and I know that they're laying eggs somewhere, so it's actually okay that the weather's crappy. Like we can just lock them in for a couple days.
Right? Yeah, it's crazy. Somebody was asking what the name of that song was, and I honestly do not remember which one of these it was. I do believe it was a guy named Briar Edwards. I think. That says
yesterday.
What?
That says yesterday.
Well, I don't know. Either way, I'll find the name of it and I'll put it down in the description. The name of the song because I don't remember the name exactly.
And it's just with new chickens, the find the egg game. Like you got to train them to lay in the roost, and like I know they're laying somewhere else.
Yeah, and we don't. I mean, we have how many nest boxes are in there? There's 20 nest boxes. I think
3 of them.
Yeah, I think there's 20 of them in that chicken house. Pretty sure 15 or 20, and yeah, they literally lay in like 3 of them.
Yeah, like we built for like 150 chickens or something is what we built for, and yeah, there's like 3 or 4 that they use.
Yeah, the problem is we have, they're just free range, so they go in the barn. Every once in a while, we'll find some in the barn.
I haven't found any in the barn though.
They get a little weird. It's just like I have to lay an egg. Boom, done. So
they don't know any better. Can you imagine if you just had to you're just a chicken doing chicken stuff, and then all of a sudden, out pops an egg?
Yeah.
And your mom didn't have the talk with you?
Nope, never did. Ventilator asked, how many cattle do you guys harvest for yourself and family? We keep... So it's hard to figure because we keep back like 7 steers, which go into the farm store. They go farmers market, wherever they go, and then we eat off of those as well. So it's hard to tell exactly how many I'm eating or how many Erin's eating. Put a little cracked corn in each box. You know what I did try that worked really well was I took golf balls and put them in the nests, and then chickens think they're eggs because you can buy those fake eggs for like $3 a piece or whatever. It's stupid. You can go buy golf balls at Walmart, get a bucket of them or whatever, and then I would put them in the nests, and the chickens didn't know the difference, and that helped a lot. So I probably should do that again.
Yeah, we just like the water was leaking in the chicken house, so we kicked the water outside. So like we gotta, now that's cold though, we gotta get water back in the chicken house. And once we get water back in the chicken house, then we'll just lock them in for a couple of days, and they'll lay eggs on the floor, and like that's fine. I'll pick them up every day, and they're still fine. But we'll just teach them to. We just have to lock them in really for a couple of days. So. Right.
Exactly. Let's see. Can't eat golf balls. No, sure can't. Yeah, cracked corn. I get it. I mean, it makes sense. You put something in there that'll keep them in.
Yeah.
Some oats, or they like COB. They'll get into anything.
We need to clean the roost, and we need some chicken house maintenance.
Yeah, I hate the chicken house. I really don't like going in there.
Who does like the chicken house?
I don't know. JB Weld asked if there's heat in the Gator. Well, JB, you should really let some other people check every once in a while. Is there heat in the Gator? No, there is not, but you're sitting right on top of the engine, so after about 5 minutes of that thing running, it gets pretty warm in there.
Yeah,
so it's not bad at all. I do wish it kind of had air conditioning for the summertime because, it has windows, those slide windows on the side, but they don't let any air in, and you can open the front window, which will let air in, but also lets grasshoppers and everything else in, and then you might as well just be riding a motorcycle around.
And the back cracks a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. It's just really, and you don't like to drive. You don't want to go out in the pasture with that front window because it just swings open. It's not
if you drive through grass, you're catching grass seed. It's It's
just not great. It's not great on ventilation.
Right.
And then when you take the doors off, it's just really windy, like oddly windy. It's like there's like a tunnel. I don't know. It's just really, I don't know. We all use four-wheelers and stuff in the summertime. I drive my little Gator.
This is funny. This is from Linda. Been finding golf balls neighbor hits in fields. We find those too all the time out here. I don't know what it is. I found a golf club one time. I don't know if somebody got pissed and like just threw it out in our hayfield, but I found a golf club out in our hayfield. I still have it somewhere around here.
One of the not the B field, but the other field across from it, there was a bull that was in, and when we were moving calves yesterday, when we were moving cows and stuff back home, he was in there and another cow, and so like after things were pretty much done here at home, I took off on a four-wheeler to get them out because there's no water in there, and I was driving along with the bull, and there's a golf ball.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where we grow golf balls around here. I don't know why.
The kids find them too. Like they'll be out playing, and they're like, Grace will be like, I found a golf ball, and then like brings it in there.
She put a golf ball down the drain in the shop, and of course it got stuck about halfway down. That was fun to try to get out.
Somebody must have used to hit golf balls.
Somebody did, and I found a golf club, so the two go together. So it's not like it's just raining. See, Kyle finds golf balls too. I don't know what the hell.
We used to find them just like at home though, like in the hayfield.
Well, that's what I figured. We have a subdivision over there. They used to be part of the ranch back in the 70s. They sold off a chunk of the ranch. Probably because they were in the same situation we're in damn near now. And they sold off a big chunk of the ranch, and they subdivided it. And that's where I thought the golf ball. I thought people in that subdivision, doctors, lawyers, whoever lives over there, hitting golf balls towards us. UFOs dropping golf balls. I honestly think that maybe all golf balls really come from cows, and like every third poop is just a golf ball. Maybe. I don't know. It's weird. So odd. Or maybe chickens lay golf balls. I don't know.
In the hayfield? That's like
that's
a ways away. From home.
I don't know. That's really weird. Yeah, we've found cannonballs on the ranch too. So that's we haven't, but there has been cannonballs that we've found on the ranch.
I just have never seen a golf ball that far away from home.
That's a long hitter there. Yeah.
Have you seen one that far?
No, I've never seen one down there.
Dang golf.
That's a ways away. And drink some more of my ice water.
I could probably find it again too. I know where I was at.
You go and find it, girl.
Now it's snowy out.
All right, let's answer some questions here before we hang things up for the night. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to throw them up. Unless you're JB Weld, of course, then just kidding. There is no mail call today because I forgot to get mail this week. We were pretty hopping with trying to get the calves in, get all that kind of, get the sorting of the weaning of the calves done. Obviously, we had to set up kind of a new area for them. They needed they needed water, needed feed, that kind of thing. So it was a busy week trying to get all ready for that.
Conferences, kids home from school.
Yeah. It's been busy.
Dentist appointments.
Yeah.
We did not separate calves according to weight and size.
No, but I am planning on doing that.
It got dark.
Yeah, so right now all the calves are together. They're in one big corral. Then what I'll do is I'll bring them through probably the Aero Clip. We're trying to decide if we're going to precondition them, and then we'll weigh them at that time. They'll get separated out. There's going to be some that are going to be ready to go right away. They're going to be, maybe stick around for a week or so, but they're going to be, we can start taking them over and get them sold. The weird thing this year, though, is usually we take all the calves, one truckload, boom, 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 and we're done, right? So you get one check. So this year it's going to be
different.
Multiple loads over different weeks.
Like we might not even hire a semi. Like we might just, like my mom's truck can pull one of the goosenecks. The ranch truck obviously can. Like it might just be like load up both stock trailers and take how many calves can we fit in those stock trailers?
I honestly don't know.
25 at a time maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. That might be kind of stretching it. But either way, it's going to be a smaller, more of a down home kind of thing. I guess if that makes sense. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
And we're even on like the first calves that are way enough to go, like we're going to wait still just a little bit. Like.
Yeah. Well, especially if we precondition them, we'll wait a little bit too.
The market can't get worse, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a nice question. M. Weber asked how school conferences went. I mean, that's very nice of you to ask that. Everything went good, great. Kenzie is very chatty in school. But other than that, but she's fine. She's not in trouble or anything. She has her friends, and she's an 8-year-old girl who wants to talk.
She is very talkative.
Right, and then we got Grace, who's not talkative and has one friend that she is best friends with, and that's like the exact opposite of Mackenzie, really.
Anna had a birthday party on Wednesday, and they had early release from school, so the birthday party was at 2. They got out of school at 1:30, so I took Grace to the birthday party, and we walk into the bowling alley, and they run and hug each other very dramatically, and it's like, oh, girls, you haven't seen each other for 23 minutes. But they're just the best, cutest little friends, and they're in the same class, and the teacher said they sit together really nicely, and they don't distract each other, but they're both pretty shy, so it's really cute. I really like Anna, and they're good kids together. They both.
JB Weld asked if we had an Indian driving range on the ranch. That might be another. Yeah, there's always weird stuff like that. And you're not wearing out your welcome, JB. We just like to give you crap all the time, and we know that you're just kind of an easy target, so that's all good.
Tyler, we don't know if we're going to tell them Belle-Fourche. We just haven't decided.
Yeah, we haven't decided. We have Belle-Fourche, Torrington, or St. Ange that we could go to. So we're just kind of
Buffalo.
We could go to Buffalo too. Yeah. So there's a lot of it that we can figure out where to go. Let's see. With the loss of the bull, do you still planning on selling a bull when you reduce the herd size? Maybe. We're going to kind of see where we end up landing.
Well, and that bull that I moved out of the hayfield, he's got a swollen right front shoulder, so depending on how that turns out, if we can doctor that.
That'll be we'll figure that out.
So, we'll just see.
Yep.
Can't really make any plans till we actually really see how many empties we have, see if we're selling any additional cows besides just empties. Like, we just have to see how many empties we have, and then we'll decide.
Exactly.
And depending on what if calf prices come up, instead of $1.50 a pound, that will change things too.
Yeah. Rebecca Davis asked about a calf catcher that attaches to four-wheeler. I have seen those. They're actually called the calf catcher, I think is what they're called. I've contacted the company to see if we could get one to try. I don't know. I think our cows, obviously there's probably a learning curve with it. I have heard bad things about them. I've heard that people ran over calves with them because you can't really see what's going on. The calf turns the wrong way. Because you got to get pretty darn close to a calf to grab it. So I've seen that side of it. I don't know how I've actually asked them if I could borrow one, just to give it a try during calving, and show it to you guys and that kind of stuff. And I haven't heard anything back from the company.
I think it's super dangerous. I imagine that it's loud and like rattly, and like I've seen the videos of like them catching a calf, and it looks like not horrible. I think though, like, at first, the cows would be freaked out.
What the hell is that thing? It's like driving a tank out here.
So I think not only a learning curve for you, but also for the cows. But yeah, like, obviously, if you're trying to catch a calf and you're going at the same pace as them, and they're fast. Cows and calves are faster than you would expect, and they turn like you're gonna run it over. So even if you only run over, I don't know if you run over one a year. Like, I hope you wouldn't run over one a year, but say you did, like, it's not. I don't think that it's worth it. Our cows are not crazy. I think it depends on your herd too.
Yeah, and see, I don't have a major problem getting out and tagging. I'll have 1 or 2 cows each year that I'm just like, I'm not going to tag that calf because mom's really cranky at the moment. But I might come back the next day and she's totally fine. I run into that with 34 every time. I can't remember what video it is, but there's a video where she has her calf, and I'm right there, and she is like, I did it, like, she's mad at me instantly. I'm feet away, I'm 20 feet away from her, and she is just bellowing at me, and I was just like, you know what, we're good, we're okay, we're friends still, I'm just going to leave you alone, and we're going to move on. So, yeah, I really don't mess with mess with them at all. I mean, I could go through, Dustin said that's why you rope. I know how to rope. I taught myself how to rope. One of my first things I did when I got here was I taught myself how to rope, and I think I've roped 3 calves in the last 10 years. Just haven't really had the opportunity, the reason to do it.
Mostly it's like older calves that are down on summer pasture that, like, they're sick, like they have pink eye or something like that.
Or they get tangled in we had, you have those wire fences, you pull them back out of the way. We've had calves get tangled up in those, and you have to rope them and hold them down. So.
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
I mount a folding chair on the front of the Gator, strap around your it.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Good idea.
Yeah. Dan asked how the hay situation is this year. We have the hay we have. We're going to end up culling cows when we preg check, and hopefully we can make the two match. That's kind of our goal here this year. So to buy as little hay as we have to. So we've been buying hay for a lot of years, and it's finally caught up to us. So
yeah.
Which is the reason we haven't made money off of YouTube in 2 years. So, because it all goes right back into the ranch mostly.
How cold is it here, Daniel? It's I mean, it's snowing. 20 something.
It's below freezing. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold and snowy. Don't name it Lucky. The calf should be fine. You just made me spit. That's pretty funny.
We have not used the calf catcher, and there's plenty of videos,
and it may work great. I'm not disparaging the thing at all.
I think it looks stressful, and like even when you reached out to them, I was like, don't get that thing. But it's okay. It's it probably does really work well for some people, and I think
if you have it and it works great for you, that's awesome. So. George asked about the basketball hoop in the.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But yes, we the girls and I go down. We play basketball. We shoot hoops and hang out every once in a while. When they can't go outside in the wintertime, you got to find stuff for them to do. So it's always a lot of fun.
The dog's barking. Thanks, Alex, for coming. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very. Oh my gosh, it's 3 a.m. Where are you, man?
He's up at 3 a.m.
Oh, he's up at. I thought he said it was 3 a.m. I was like, oh my gosh.
Why is the dog barking?
I don't know why the dog is barking. She wants to be on the videos too. All right. Anything else you want to add? Any other questions you want to throw up really quick before we hang things up and get back to work? What do you have coming up here in the near future? All right, so we have Tuesday, we have a new video coming out that's going to be sorting the calves. You'll get a chance to join us for that. We also have a video coming up about Bambi, number 2, and Blonde Cow. They are going to be the stars of a video as they get a chance to come in and help us test some brand new equipment on the ranch. That will be coming up next week as well. JB Weld wants to know what next week's Powerball numbers are. You don't want to know because, I'll tell you what, you win the lottery, man, it's all downhill from there. Have you ever seen the documentaries? Never good to win the lottery. I mean, somebody's going to pop up and it's just not going to end well.
I have a video coming about Edible Prairie Project, the nonprofit.
Yeah, we're finally going to do. We're going to do a video about that. If anybody did, by the way, and I don't know if anybody's here who did, but the Edible Prairie Project has a crowdfunding campaign going on right now. You can go to their Facebook page. You can check that out.
Our website has a link.
Or the website, edibleprairieproject.org. But you can basically you donate money for these backpack programs for kids.
It's not backpacks.
Not backpacks. Explain it really quick.
Yeah, so next summer we are starting summer weekend meals for kids to provide meals on the weekends for kids that through other distribution sites like our Boys and Girls Club and stuff that people that work there feel the need for these families to have access to summer weekend meals for kids. It will include 2 breakfasts, 2 lunch, 2 dinners, 2 snacks, 1 produce item, and bins of fresh local produce for the families to pick from.
Right.
So right now we have a wonderful Blessings in a Backpack program here during the school year, provides weekend meals for kids during the school year. They don't during the summer, so we are stepping up and next summer making sure that for our 12-week summer break that kids have a weekend food box.
Right, and so you have a crowdfunding deal going on right now. People can donate and get stuff in exchange, so you can get beef jerky.
I saw your donation paymaker, thank you.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Erin asked me, she's like, who is this guy?
I couldn't remember. I was like, I know his name, but thank you very, very much.
Yes. That's awesome. So yeah, there's different levels depending on how much you donate, from T-shirts to beef jerky to
Wyoming sauce, local Wyoming honey. Essentially, $60 feeds a kid for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Very cool program. Yeah. So if you do get a chance, check that out. That would be super neat.
Yeah. Even like if you're on Facebook, Edible Prairie Project is our Facebook. Even if you are not able to financially donate, just even sharing it.
Sharing it that's all we're really asking. We're not asking for you to donate, but if you share it. Because that's the media of the time or the the currency of the times, let's say, is social media. So if you can share that, then that makes a big difference.
And we're going to make a whole video about everything that Edible Prairie Project is working on, and what our mission is, what our goals are, what our current services are, and what our future plans are going to entail. So you guys will get to learn a little bit more about this project that I've been working on since February, that we've talked a lot about on the podcast. Not so much here on the channel, in depth. So,
beef jerky is coming up soon on the website. That will be here hopefully within the next week or so. I've got to go pick up a bunch more on Monday, and we can get our inventory done, and then we got to get it uploaded and all that kind of stuff. So
we're gonna get more envelopes.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We don't have a shipping department.
No,
we're looking at
it. We tried to get the kids to do it, and they were like, "Where's Tallahassee, and how do you spell it?" Very difficult for kids. So thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Be sure to check out Edible Prairie Project if you'd like. Our email, Tyler, you can send an email to mail@ourwyominglife.com. Edible Prairie Project is edibleprairieproject.org, or you can check them out on Facebook. I do believe.
The website.
Right. So all kinds of cool stuff coming up. And keep an eye out for super cool new videos that I think are pretty cool. And other than that, I think we're pretty much done for the night. Are you done for the night?
Mm-hmm.
You're done. My throat is getting scratchy. Not sure if I like this at all. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great night. Until we see you again, have a great week. And thanks for joining us on our Wyoming Life.